Lily Farm Guy here, and this is the OXBO AT4103. This is one of 3 pieces of equipment included in the OXBO pack by Giant Software. This is available for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm on PS5 here. If you wish to purchase this and you're on PC or Mac, I will link put a link to the purchase information in the description. If you're on console, you can look at my first video in this series to show you how to download this pack. Now, as I said, this is one of 4 pieces of equipment in this pack, and let's take a look at the pack first, the OXBO pack, and this is the AT4103. Where do you find it once you have it installed? Well, you just take a look at vehicles and slurry tanks, and here they are. So we base game, we already have AT5104, but this is the AT4103, which is a slightly smaller version of that. And 400 horsepower, 650 liters of fuel capacity, a variable VSG transmission. Well, it's a variable rate transmission in all honesty. 16,000 to 18,000 liter capacity. We'll talk about the difference there, why it is 18 tons. It is 27 slots on console, 12 miles per hour, and it shows slurry, digestate, and manure. We'll talk about that, or show you why, because in configurations we have a slurry tank or a manure spreader option. If we go with the slurry tank option, we can change the wheel brands. Trailerberg, Michelin, BKT, Midas, or Trailerberg. That is all the options there. I have Precision Farming installed on this map. And so we have Aceria Pro Compact ready. It will is available, and also we have the John Deere manure sensing system that you can install as part of the Precision Farming DLC, which is free. However, if you do not have that, you won't have these 2 options, and that's really all the options we have. So I have 2 examples here. Let's talk about the manure spreader first, because that's pretty simple. I have 18,000 liters of manure in here, and that's where the 18,000 liter capacity is. Let's start it up. Nice sounds, very nice. Let's get our help window on. There we go. So as you can see, the Precision Farming menu is up on the top left there, nitrogen manure application. If you do not have Precision Farming, that will not appear in your help window. L1 and X unfolds your manure spreader. Interior is well, nice. We have something there. We don't really have much of a dash. We have a teeny tiny screen there that actually does give us our speed and everything. So it depends, well, how close you are, how big your whatever you're watching it on or playing it on, shall we say. Turning radius is excellent. You can pretty much spin around in the circle and make everybody dizzy. Now, deactivate application rate, that is part of the Precision Farming DLC. Also, we don't have the double application available here. If you don't have the Precision Farming DLC, you will see a double application option. So just so you know. As for all the other stuff, yes, you can turn on the crop sensor. That's the Precision Farming DLC. So, how does it perform? Well, what is the spread width? They didn't say the spread width, did it? No, it didn't. That's interesting. So, if we hire a worker, spread width is actually quite generous. It's looking like... that's tough to say. I really don't know. it doesn't say anywhere what the spread width is for the manure spreader. But as you can see, it's quite generous, and the application rate is quite high. At least in precision farming it is here. Application rate, we're looking at 8.6 tons per hectare is what I get in, it's what the reading I have there under our manure application. So it may be more or less depending on what mode you're playing. So that is the manure spreading option. Now let's try that one more time, because I want to see that it was doing something when I was using the slurry spreader, and we're going to take a little closer look at this and see if it's going to do that. There we go, turn it on. Now let's look closely at the front of this, and yeah, you see where it's slightly turning back and forth, so it's kind of doing a little back and forth. You can see the steering wheel left and right a little bit, but it's not much. It's very subtle, and it actually doesn't affect the spreading or anything. So it's much more pronounced in the slurry spreading. So let's go over here, drive back, and take a look at the slurry and digestate spreader configuration of this piece of equipment. Right, so let's shut her down. Let's hop in here. So this one has a few more little doodads on it, being the slurry spreader option. Start it up. Interior is also very much the same. As a matter of fact, I think it's nearly identical, although that top, no, it is identical inside. So what do we have here? L1 and X unfolds tanker, and that puts out this front piece. Now on console, this is strictly a decoration. It does not serve any purpose whatsoever. L1 and right stick left and right are up and down. We'll move that arm. R1 and right stick up and down moves the tip of that. And that's it. I did not add the precision farming extras on this one, so you can see the menu is quite a bit cleaner, shall we say. So let's fold that back in. No matter what position you have it in, you press the L1 and X, it will fold it back inside. So capacities. And filling. Filling is quite easy. You don't have to have that tube out. You can pretend if you want, but you just need to pull up to any kind of slurry or digestate filling area. For me, it's a buy anything silo. 16,000 liters of slurry I have in here. Now, you need to attach this to a spreader of some kind, and I have 4 examples here from base game. And those are going to be found under slurry tanks. And so we see here we have a variety. I have this one, the spider. I have the track pack. I have chosen the zoom hammer, and I have chosen also this one, the Samson. So, it has the 3-point link on the back, as you can see. It attaches like so. And so because I do have precision farming, you will see the nitrogen slurry application pop up. But if you do not have precision farming, you will have a option to double applicate or single application. In this case, it's just going to go down one time. To hire a worker, they all seem to be operate quite nicely. However, if we take a look, what I was telling you before, for some reason, slurry application has, at least to me, seems like a much more pronounced kind of a back and forth sway of that steering wheel. And if you go inside, you can see it does have quite a bit more of the back and forth movement. Now, does that affect how the application or anything? I do not think so. I did not notice any ill effects of that, shall we say. Perhaps we will see an update in the future to this to correct that. However, it really doesn't affect the operation. So yeah, that's pretty simply that. So the only problem I did find was with this one, the BoomTech track pack, and it will pop up here. And the reason why is all of these other ones went down and went back and did their thing very nicely. However, this one, it lifted at the end, but then it did a whole, it kept going. So let me show you what it did, because, let's turn around here. Just something to be aware of that, and this is the base game spreader, of course. Let's hook this up here, and I will just show you what it does in the turnaround. And then, so I've seen this happen a couple of times before with various types of, more so is the slurry spreaders seem to do this for some reason. Now let's get out here in the open. Depending on, I don't know which way he's going to want to turn. So let's hire a worker, and I will show you what actually is happening here with this, so that you can be aware of it and not be shocked when it does it. So it lifts it, and then when it gets to the next, I think because, and he didn't even stop. Oh my. And that's, I'm sure that is a partially due, at least, to the very narrow division between fields here. Let's see if he's going to do that again. Oh, and now he lifted it. So it's very inconsistent. I've had 3 separate results now of this. And he's going to go ahead and go about his business like nothing ever happened. So now we have very inconsistent results. We have where he lifted it, put it down, and went around with it down, and then continued on fertilizing that spot. As you just seen, we had an example of him lifting it and then putting it down, and then he was going to go ahead and continue on the next field. And this time, he did it perfectly as it should. So, right. Not sure exactly really what's going on there. But that, as you can see with your own eyes, was the result. Alright, so that pretty much covers that as much as possible. Lighting, did not show lighting yet. Let's dump that off of there. And so we have lights and beacons, signals, and a horn. Oh my, that's now that's a proper horn, if I ever heard one, for sure. So that's actually impressive. And there it is. And that's the OXBO AT4103 included in the Giants OXBO Pack DLC on Farming Simulator 22. Thank you all for watching, and remember, it's only a game, so till next time, bye for now.